Boxer Shane Mosley. How did you both begin working together?
I was contacted by his strength and conditioning coach at the time, Daryl Hudson, and we talked, and initially I probably just sent some nutritional supplements to him, and it was at a distance, and the more we talked, it became about other undetectable substances and so on, and then eventually he let me know that he and Shane would like to fly up and meet with me. And so on Saturday, June 26, 2003, that's what happened. They flew from Southern California up to Oakland Airport, and they were picked up in a limousine. Actually, the company that was a couple doors down from Balco, Gateway Limousine, and brought over, and he had his blood collected first at the hospital over the freeway, and then we had a little chat, and then he got his blood collected, and then he came back, and we talked about some of the substances and methods that could be available to him.
What knowledge do you have of any illegal performance-enhancing drug usage Mosley was involved in prior to taking Balco's illegal performance-enhancing drugs?
You hear a lot of rumors. You know, you hear things about this guy and that guy, and he had used performance-enhancing drugs before he ever met me. Now, whether that's true again, you know, I don't know. I'm just telling you that's what I'd heard.
You've said you taught him how to inject himself, and you even were nearby when he injected himself with EPO. What do you recall from that?
I was sitting at my desk, and he was sitting directly across from me, and behind him was Daryl Hudson, his strength and conditioning coach. And once we got to the portion where it was time to learn how to administer the drugs, I came around the desk, and he stepped back over here, and we sat knee to knee, and I basically showed him specifically how to inject EPO. We did something called a double saturation point method, which means that you take half of it and put it in one side of your belly button, and the rest you put into the other side. And it increases the effectiveness of the drug by doing half a cc here and half a cc here, as opposed to a single injection.
Can you explain what these are?
This is the calendar that we made up, or the two calendars that we made up that day together, with him sitting at my desk. So, you know, the big issue obviously had to do with whether he knowingly did it, or whether he was told that he was being given vitamins, and it turned out, you know, that I'd misled him.
Right, and he calls you essentially a liar and filed a defamation suit against you. Whatever came of the defamation lawsuit?
It's been voluntarily dismissed.
Voluntarily dismissed?
That's the legal verbiage.
And why was that?
Guess he decided to drop the case.
For somebody like you who he filed the defamation suit, I would imagine.
Not one, but two. First one in federal court in San Francisco, and then a second one in New York Supreme Court in New York.
What happens to the money you had to put up legally for your defense?
I just have to absorb that.
What impact did the illegal performance-enhancing drugs have on Mosley that you could tell in his fights?
He performed very well in what they call the championship rounds. He was probably behind the fight, and he won 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, the end of the fight. Oscar started gassing out, and of course, the reason you take EPO is to increase your recovery between rounds and give you stamina at the end of the fight, and that was the reason that we were doing it, and it seemed to work like planned.